Arsenal. Guys, do us a favour very quickly. Do hit that like button and subscribe if you are new here. If you're not new, but have a look down. If you don't see that little blue thumb in a outlined in blue, it means you haven't liked, and please do so. Another game that I predicted, I did say 2-1 though. I'm just so good at predictions. I should be a millionaire with all these hackers. But I said 2-1 Villa, finish 1-0. I'm not surprised. This is a good team. 15 home Premier League wins in a row. Get out of here with that. That's disgusting. That is disgusting.
Unai Emery's building something special there. He really, really is.
Yeah. Can they win the league? Let's jump into it. Let's do it straight away, and then we'll come back to the game. Well, actually, no, we'll talk about what we spoke about off camera before the video started, before the live started. Talks on TalkSport and Twitter. Is this, if they win the league, is it comparable to Leicester? And you almost fell off your chair when I said that to you.
No, and I don't think Villa fans should think it is either, because you know Villa fans as well as I do. And they've gone on for however long about they're a massive football club and like a huge football club with huge status and all of that. So it shouldn't be comparable to the biggest underdog story in football. Having said that, they're having a fantastic season and they can compete with sort of the top four, but it's not comparable. We'd lost our manager in Nigel Pearson over the summer for off-field antics. I think we'll leave it at that. Cambiasso had just refused a new contract extension, who'd won our player of the season. We signed some random kid from France called Kante that no one had heard of, and we were odds-on favourite to get relegated. It's like, it's not comparable. And it's like, I'm not taking anything away from Aston Villa, but it's two completely different scenarios.
I think I'm in the middle. I think it's comparable, but it wouldn't be as shocking. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Because it's not like we're saying Spurs are winning the league. If Spurs won it, which I don't think they ever would in my life, but let's say that they did, that wouldn't be anything near Leicester. But Villa aren't a Spurs over the last 10, 15 years. They're not on Arsenal.
But they've also finished in European football last year, and their Tyrone Mings cost more than our entire squad.
Do you not understand the point that they were in a relegation battle for the first half of last season if they didn't sack good old Stevie?
Yes, I do, because I was ranting and raving at the time that Unai Emery was at Villarreal. Go and get that man, because wherever he goes, he is going to build something special. So, yes, I do. And it's like, but then you look at the players that they've got, they should never have been at the area of the league they were. Just Gerrard was a horrific manager, but they've always had this quality over the last few years, and they've reinvested the Grealish money very, very well, I think. But it's now they're really starting to get a tune out of it. And again, taking nothing away from Villa, but it's not comparable. They finished in European football last year. They've spent a lot of money, but like no one expected them to be competing at the top of the league. Like, let's call a spade a spade. But I think people were saying European football, a top six finish is achievable again for them. No one was looking at them in the same light that Leicester was being looked at when Ranieri came in as odds-on favourites to get relegated.
Can they win it? Let's leave Leicester out of it. We'll let you have your little 5,000 to 1 moment over there. No one's ever going to disturb that. You know, it's okay. Don't you worry. Can they do it, or is it just another one of those? It's because every season there's almost like a team that almost comes out of nowhere, and people think, oh, maybe they'll do something. Very rarely happens. But can they actually do it? Could they win the league?
I don't see why not. Like, if we had this conversation a week ago, I think you'd say no, Man City and Arsenal are probably too strong. I've never seen a team under Pep Guardiola since he sort of built his Man City be as tactically outdone as Unai Emery did to him. And then obviously beating Arsenal yesterday. So it's just about, I think, like Villa Park's become a fortress for them. Their away form isn't as bad as people make it out to be. I don't know why this narrative's come that it's awful. It's like the fourth.
I think it's just because their home form is literally 15 wins in a row. So anything else is like, well, that's shocking. Do you know what I mean? But it's actually not that bad.
No, and it's like I don't know. We'll get a much better picture, you know, when they start playing European football midweek than having to play Sunday. It's
The
like
knockouts, yeah.
that's where I think we'll really start to see. But I'm gonna I'm gonna say now, I think Villa are more likely to win the Conference League than they are the Premier League.
Oh, 100%. And what would you? Because as a Wolves fan, obviously, I don't like the idea of Villa winning anything, and the fact that they're third in the league. It's so annoying, especially when we were in their position, not as high in the league, but when we were getting like back-to-back European campaigns and stuff like that, they were fighting relegation or in the Championship, and obviously the tides have turned. But do you think they will? Let's say they get to March and they're still within 5, 6 points of the title. Would you still go for it, or would you then just say, right, okay, let's try and win a European trophy? Because look what it's done for West Ham. I know it's like the third tier European Cup, and they've won the big one, the Champions League. But I think they have to sacrifice one.
I
This is
do
saying if they're still a chance in March.
I do, but it's a long time to go. But the thing is, and I'm
Yeah,
not using this as something to beat Villa fans before they say it's been for a club the size of Aston Villa. It's been a long
yeah,
time since they've won a trophy. So whilst being in
yeah.
top four would be fantastic, and like the money and finances that will bring will be huge, and I think there's every possibility that they could finish in the top four. To have a tangible trophy, I think for Aston Villa will be huge, and it's like I think as well, like Unai Emery is, if there's a manager you want who's going to pick you up a European trophy, I don't think you could have a better man in the dugout.
It is him, isn't it? Was it
It's
three in a row? Was it Sevilla? He did the three in a row. Um,
Villarreal.
and then obviously, uh, yeah, Villarreal as well. Obviously, lost the final with Arsenal in Baku against Chelsea, wasn't he?
Mm.
And then the season after went back and won it again. Crazy. Um, if you had to put money on it, would you say they win a trophy this season?
No, but
You
again,
don't think they're the best team in the Conference League?
I do, but again, you don't know what's going to drop down from the Europa League, so it's hard to say at this point. It's like
Oh God,
have this
how many
conversation.
teams in the Europa League are better than them?
You know what? I think you know what. I'm going to change the tone. I think they will win the Conference League actually, but again, it's one of those. It's so hard to say now because you don't know what's going to be in it in a couple of weeks.
It's one injury to a key player, Diaby or Pau Torres, someone like that. God forbid, Ollie Watkins. One big injury, you wonder would it, you know,
Mm.
not crumbling down, but as we've seen in title races with the Premier League, you lose 2 games in a row and that's it. Like you're somehow 7 points behind, and it's very hard to claw it back. Yeah, won the Champions League in 1982, 40 years ago. Kind of fitting, wouldn't it, to win another European trophy 40 years later?
Yeah. Saying about just going back to one point quickly, it's like saying about if they keep this pace up, Man City, still convinced on it. They will hit one of those ridiculous runs that they always seem to
Yeah,
uh, January, February
yeah,
time. So it's like as
yeah,
fantastic as they're doing now, and Villa fans should enjoy this. Absolutely, they're having a fantastic
100%,
season, and it's like no one
100%.
even considered talking about them in a title race at the start of the year. So absolutely, just enjoy it whilst you're there.